Hi, family. I believe today too you are coping gracefully. All right, so I am here. I'm your math tutor, Richard, and I'm here to continue with you or lead you through the journey of mathematics, which involves factorization of algebraic expressions. In my previous videos, I led you through how to factorize algebraic expressions, that is, expression containing two terms, three terms, four terms, and in that, we talked about quadratic trinomials, with which we looked at how to factorize quadratic trinomials, where the coefficient of the variable b squared is what? A unit number, which is 1. So over here, I want us to also dive into the same method of factorizing quadratic trinomials. But over here, there's something that we are supposed to take note and dive into. That is why today I am here to serve you as a guide so that we all learn together as a family. All right, so please stay tuned and I will promise you that you will be blessed at the end of the day. All right. So as we have here, I said we are going to tackle the aspect of algebra in terms of factorization through quadratic trinomials. So as you can see, we have expressions here that we are going to learn how to factorize them one after the other. Most students find it challenging. That is why I am here to make sure that you also become the best version of yourself. Now, I will encourage you that you subscribe to this channel because we created this channel purposely to help students out there whose mathematics house, that is their math foundation, is not all that strong. So we are here to help you bit by bit, and we believe that at the end of the day, when you follow us, your math house will become what, stronger. I would mean. Very good. So let's see how to factorize these quadratic trinomials. In the first place, as we can see, we term this as a quadratic trinomial because having the expression 2x squared minus x minus 6. You see, it is quadratic because one, we have the same variable in the same expression, and two, you see, one of the variables attains a power of what? 2. That is an exponent of 2. Let me write it here so that you can see it well. I have 2x squared minus x minus what? 6. You see here we have x here too there's x. Are you with me? And looking at the x here, it attains a power of what? 2. The degree of the power of the variable x here is what? 2. That is why we are terming this as a quadratic expression or a quadratic trinomial. Are you with me? All right. Now, in my previous video, I led you through how to factorize quadratic trinomial. But with that one, if you can remember, you realize that the coefficient of the variable squared here, it was what? 1. But this time around, I want to expose you to a situation whereby the coefficient of the variable squared here is what? It's not 1, but any other number. So let's consider this question and let's see how to dive into that. Very good. So it was question number 1. Now, in solving this as a quadratic trinomial, that is factorizing it, what we are going to do is, in the first place, we are going to identify the coefficient of the variable b squared. If I say the variable b squared, I'm referring to the variable x here, and this x here has a power of what? Positive 2. Okay, so what is the coefficient? Now, if I say coefficient in algebra, I'm referring to the number that is being attached to a variable. Are you getting me? So let's take this as a yardstick. Or for instance, if I have 4x, the coefficient of the variable x is what? 4. So this becomes the coefficient. The coefficient. Are you with me? So this becomes the coefficient. So any number that is being attached to a variable becomes what? A coefficient. Are you with me? Very good. So let's see something here. What is the coefficient of the variable squared here? Is what? 2. So you realize that 2 is attached to the variable squared. So I'm going to take the 2 and use it to multiply the constant in the expression. I'm going to use the coefficient, which is the 2 here, to multiply the constant. We have a constant here. Now, what is a constant? When we say constant in algebra, we are referring to a variable that stands on its own, or we are referring to a number that stands on its own. Are you with me? So in algebra, if any number stands on its own in an expression, it means that that number has no variable attached to it. I get me. So let's look at this. You realize that this 6 here has no variable attached to it. So therefore, this becomes what? A constant. All right. So we are going to use the 2 here to multiply the constant -6. Okay, please, it goes with the sign over there. So here we are going to multiply 2 by -6, where we are going to get what? -12. So now our result, which is -12, which is this, we are going to look at, I believe you understand what I'm saying, right? So let's dive into the next part. The next part says that we are going to find the factors of the number -12 here. Now, -12 attains a factor, which is, I can pick -2 and +6. Why am I picking this and this? Have it in mind that the factors of -12 should be two numbers that if I multiply, I will get -12. Have it in mind if I pick -2 times 6. You see, here is positive. So if I multiply negative by positive, I'm going to get what? -2 times 6 gives me what? 12. Are you with me? Yes. So you have to be mindful of the number that you will pick, as well as the symbol attached to it. Very good. Now I can also pick -6. Sorry, I can also pick 2 and -6 as factors of the number what? -12. Remember, if I multiply +2 and -6, I'll get what? -12. Are you with me? Very good. I can also pick this number, -3 and +4. Are we good with that? Very good. So we can pick -3 and +4. If I multiply -3 by +4, I'll definitely get what? -12. Are you clear with that? Very good. So I can also pick, so let me continue here. I can also pick +3 and -4. That if I multiply this and this, okay, let me write it well so that it will not be seen as subtraction. So if I multiply +3 and -4, I'll definitely get this number. Are you getting me? Very good. So I was looking for the factors of the number -12. I can also get this -1 and +12. And I can also get -12 and what? +1. But let me write it well so that it will be well seen. So 1 and -12. Are you following the concept? So these are the factors of the number what? -12. Are you getting me? So have it in mind that after multiplying, getting this, we will look for the factors of the number that we have here, which is the -12. All right, so let's continue with life. Now we've been able to identify all the factors of -12, and we said we have -2 and this as one pair. We have +2 and -6 as another pair. We have this and this as another pair. We have this and this as another pair. We have this and this one also as another pair. This and this as another pair also. All right. Now, what are we going to do again? What we are going to do again is we are going to identify the coefficient of the variable x in the expression. Now the x here has a coefficient of what? 1. But we don't normally write -1x. I get me? So anytime that a variable stands on its own in math, it means that that variable attains a unit coefficient, which is 1. I get me? So there is 1 here. So the coefficient here is -1. So after identifying the coefficient here as -1, what I'm going to do is I am going to pick the factors here, okay? The pairs here. Now I ask myself, which of the pairs that if I add, I will get this? Which of the pairs here that if I add, I will get -1? So that's the question that I need to ask myself in the first place. So I'm going to do that. Now we are going to add -2 and +6. So -2 plus 6. What am I going to get? I'm going to get what? +4. So this one will not work for us. Now what about 2 plus -6? I'm going to get what? Negative what? 4. And this one will not work for us. Remember, we are looking for this. Okay. So we have -3 and plus 4. This one gives me what? Positive 1. And this one will not work for us. What about when we pick this? When we pick 3, when we pick 3 plus negative 4, okay, this one will definitely give us negative 1. So here becomes negative 1. Okay, right. So that means that this one will work for us. This plus this gives us what? 11. And this plus this gives us negative 11. So it means that among all the factors of negative 12, it is only these two pair that gives us what we are looking for, which is negative 1. So it means we are going to pick negative 1 and, sorry, we are going to pick 3 and negative 4. I get it. It means when we add 3 plus negative 4, I will definitely get what? Negative 1. And this is what we are looking for. Now we are done with this part. I believe you are following the concept, right? So let's quickly dive into the next part. So here we realize that with the number negative 1, we had 3 plus negative 4. And this gave us negative 1. So we are going to use this. Now have it in mind that the same number, let's ask ourselves, when we multiply the same number that we have picked here, I get it. So for us, when we add this and this, we are going to get negative 1. It means we are going to use that. Now we are going to substitute 3 and negative 4 over here to expand or to turn the expression to be what? 4 things. So let's continue. So here I have the 2x squared. So when I come here, remember I said 3 plus negative 4 gives me negative 1. So if I come here, I can rewrite this place as 3x. That is the first 3, which is this. Then I'll come here, which is negative 4, so minus 4x. Remember, when definitely in maths, when we have 3x minus 4x, I would definitely get what? Negative 1x. I believe you are following. Very good. So let's continue with line. Then I'll add my constant to which is negative 6. Are we clear with that? Right. So now what are we going to do in the next place? So over here is very important. You getting splitting what we have here into 2 like this is very, very important. All right. So we are going to take the individual terms into 2 folds and factorize that. So we have here to be x squared plus 3x as 1 fold. Now when I come here, the minus sign comes out. I'm getting 4x plus 6. Then I'll close the bracket. Remember, if I use the negative sign here to expand, to multiply positive 4x, it will give me this. So negative times positive gives me this, and negative times positive gives me this. I believe you are clear with that. Very good. So we are going to factorize here. So factorizing this side, I have x coming out. I have 2x plus 3. Okay. Then here to have the common factor here is what? 2 out. I have 2x plus 3. Are you clear with that? Because when we use 2 to multiply 2, we are going to get 4. By that, we are going to get that. So you see, what we have here is the same as this. So therefore, we are going to pick this. Okay, then minus 2 here. Then we come to this side. That is 2x plus 3. So that becomes our factorized form for the expression 2x squared minus 1x minus 6 is this now we are getting here. I believe you are clear with that. Maybe you don't understand how we factorize this, okay, and how we factorize this. Remember, we can use the expansion form to do that. If I should use the expansion form for this, which is 4x plus 6, remember the 4 here is not a prime number, so I'm going to look for the prime factors of the 4, which I will get 2 over here and 2. So here I can pick 2 and then 2 multiplying x, then plus. In the same manner, the prime factors for the number 6, I can get the number 2 here and 3. 2 is a prime number and the same as that, so I'll get 2 and 3. Are we clear with that? Yes. So here we identify the common factors. So there's 2 here leaving 1, there's 2 here leaving 1, so I can get 2 as a common factor. There's 2 here, there's no more 2 here. What about x? No x here, so and there. So I multiply 2 by that, where I'll get 2x plus 1 times 3 gives me what? 3. So I'm going to get 2 out 2x plus 3. You see what we are getting here? We are getting the same thing. So if you don't really get up with the factorization, you can use the expansion method, or you visit my previous videos and you understand how to factorize expressions easily using the expansion method. So therefore, our result for the expansion or expanding this, our answer becomes this. And I believe you are clear with that. Very good. So without wasting my time, we are going to dive into question number 2. I will still encourage you, my brother out there, my sister, my friend, make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you help us grow. Okay, remember that we created this channel purposely to help students out there who are facing challenges in mathematics, or whose mathematics, background is a little bit weak, and we are here to help you out. Don't worry, stay tuned with us, and by the end of the day, we'll help you grow to become the best version of yourself in mathematics. We dive into question number 2. All right, so with question number 2, I have the expression 4x squared plus 8x, okay, plus 3. So quickly, it is a quadratic trinomial, yes. And I explained to you what quadratic trinomials are. So here I'm going to quickly look for the coefficient of the variable squared, which is 4. So the coefficient of the variable squared, which is 4. And the constant is 3. I explained to you what we meant by constant, and I explained to you what we meant by coefficient, right? Okay, so I'll pick my 4 here, and then my 3, then multiply. Okay, so 4 by 3, I'm going to get what? 12. So the 12 here, I'm going to look for the factors of the number 12 here. Okay, so the factors of the number 12 here. I have 4 and 3. I can also have, um, I can also have what again? I can also have 2 and 6. I can also have what again? I can also have 1 and 12. Right. So these are the factors of the number 12, right? Yes. So these are the factors of the number 12. Now, what I'm going to do in the next place is, our next method is we are going to identify the coefficient of the variable that is not being squared. That is this. Okay. Our first thing, we say we look for the coefficient of the variable square, which is 4, then multiply by this. We are through with that. Our second approach is look for the coefficient of the variable that is not being squared. The reason why I'm saying that the variable that is not being squared is, I don't want to say that you look for the coefficient of x, because it is not always that in the expression you will see x there. Are you getting me? Sometimes you may see a over there, you may see different variable. So we come here and we pick the coefficient of the variable that is not being squared over here, which is 8. So here we pick 8. Now, what we are going to do in the next place is, we are going to ask ourselves, among these pair of factors here, which of them that when we add, okay, when we add, we will definitely get 8. So let's come here. Now, when we add 4 plus 3, we are going to get what? 7. And this one will not work. When we add 2 plus 6, we get what? 8. What about when we add 1 plus 12? We are going to get what? 13. So definitely this one will work for us. This one will not work. I get it. So we are going to pick this pair of factors, which is 2 plus 6. And 2 plus 6 will definitely give us what? 8. So we are going to pick this. Okay, very good. So this one we have done, or it is done with its own tax or its work. So we are going to pick this part. Okay, so now we said that 2 plus 6 gives us 8. So I'm going to use this one over here. It is very, very important. So here I'll restate it as 4x squared plus, when I come here, 8x can be expanded as 2. So 2 comes here, which is 2x. Now come to this side, which is plus 6x. Remember, mathematically, when we add 2x plus 6x, I will definitely get what? 8x, right? Very good. So plus my constant, which is 3. All right. So I'm now done expanding it. Are you getting me? I'm now done expanding it. And I believe you are following the process, because it is really important for you to understand it. All right. That is why you have taken our time. Okay. Very good. So I'll take the individual fruits. which is 4x squared plus my 2x. I'll put that one in a bracket. I'll come to this side, which is plus 6x plus 3. Okay, let me write my x here. Now come here, then factorize that. Okay, over here, I want us to use the expansion method to do that so that you understand it well. So mathematically, when we have 4x squared plus 2x, expanding this using the idea of expansion method, or factorizing this using the expansion method, I have, you see the 4, I have the prime factors as 2. So here can be written as 2 multiplying 2, then x multiplying another x. Are you getting that? Very good. So let's dive into it quickly. Over here too, I have plus 2 over there, then x. Now identify my common factors. Here there's 2 there, here 2, there's 2 here. So 2 becomes a common factor. We have 2 here, there's no more 2. So here x is here, there's x there, x becomes a common factor. I'll open a bracket and write down the uncommon factors within this big bracket over here. So I'll multiply 1 times 2 is 2 times 1 is 2 times x gives me 2x plus 1 times 1 is 1. So I'm getting 2x in a bracket, 2x plus 1. Are you clear with that? So it means that mathematically, factorizing this, we are getting what we have here, which is 2x in a bracket, 2x plus 1. Now plus, so my plus here, and I'll continue with the next process. So I'm going to factorize the next bracket or what I have over here too. Then we continue with line. So here I have 6x plus 3. So this is not a prime number. I will definitely get two prime numbers, which is 2 and 3. Then over here I have x plus I have 3. So there's 3 here, there's 3 there. So 3 becomes a common factor. Open a bracket, I'll multiply 2 times 1 times x gives me 2x plus here is left with 1. So I'll continue where I'm getting 3 in the bracket 2x plus 1. Okay, so here the factorized form for this is what I have here. So 3 in a bracket 2x plus 1. Are you following? Very good. So that is what I am getting over there. So now that I'm done, as you can see, as I said it earlier, always remember that when you get to this portion, what you will get in a bracket